Welcome, audience. It is a great pleasure to present our presentation to the Early Childhood Voices 2022 conference organized by Sturt University, Australia. Title of the study is A Literacy Review on Understanding Children's 21st Century Skills Development through STEM Education. The team member of the study is Associate Professor Lena, Danaia, Sturt University, Dr. Shukla, Sikder, Senior Lecturer, Sturt University, and me, Mohammad Alamgir, PhD Researcher, Sturt University. Photograph of the authors, Mohammad Alamgir, Lena, Danaia, and Shukla, Sikder. Acknowledgement of the country. I would like to acknowledge the Kurajuri, Nagonwal, Gundungura, and Biripai, peoples of Australia who are the traditional owners and custodians of the lands on which CSU's campuses are located, and pay respect to their elders, both past and present. I express my deepest heartfelt thanks to my two wonderful supervisors, Associate Professor Lena, Danaia, and Dr. Shukla, Sikder, for their great support in my PhD journey. I acknowledge AGRTP scholarship for funding my PhD research. Overview of the presentation. The presentation includes background of the study, research questions, methodology, theoretical framework, findings, discussion, and conclusion. Background of the study. A 21st century education is on that response to the economical, technological, and societal shifts that are happening at an ever-increasing pace. It's an education that sets children up to succeed in a world where more than half of the jobs they will have over their careers don't even exist yet. According to the demands of the new century, learners need an improved set of skills to make their way in a complex and constantly evolving future, or to confront revolution. 4. These skills are mostly referred to as 21st century skills. However, the literature on 21st century skills assumes that the new century requires different skills for individuals to function effectively in every walk of life, and the skills which have concrete definition and are directly observable. According to Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, few capabilities that are very important to survive in the 21st century, and they are critical thinking and problem solving, creativity, communication and collaboration, which is called forces. On the other hand, Binkley and his co-workers recommend 4 types of skills which are derived from various frameworks of 21st century skills. Those are ways of thinking with creativity and innovation, following critical thinking, mindset, problem solving, decision making, ways of working, communication and collaboration, tools for working, information literacy and ICT literacy, living in the world, considering local and global citizenship, life and career, personal and social responsibility, including cultural competencies and awareness. Now, what is STEM? STEM is an integrated approach which contains 4 components: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Unlike traditional scientific or math classes, which are lecture-based or teacher-directed, STEM classrooms in technology education encourages students to work together to solve problems via inquiry, investigation, and experimenting. According to the work of BB, it is illustrated that STEM education can address 21st century's challenges in various fields like technology, health, environment, natural resources, and energy. With the help of interdisciplinary skill, for example, problem solving, creativity, critical thinking, these skills are also included as 21st century skills, and this implies STEM education will help the generation to confront 21st century challenges with 21st century skilled manpower. STEM activities and 21st century skills. From the lead of BB, who mentioned about 21st century skills and STEM education, Hossain showed how the skills and STEM are interconnected. According to Hossain, STEM education encourages various classroom activities, for example, real-life problem, data collection and analysis, group or collaborative work, communication, and constructing new products. These activities hopefully enable students with 21st century skills, which are very much important for the evolving future. STEM in Australian context. Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority reports that it is the knowledge that STEM will offer and the sensible application of that knowledge that are the means to the end, building a stronger Australia with a competitive economy. The authority mentions STEM education as national priority. The government of Australia is committed to train and inspire the youth of their nations and produce skilled workforce that would make invaluable contribution to their STEM industries through STEM school initiatives, skill development program, linkage with tertiary institutions, teachers' professional development. STEM education is very closely linked to the Australia's productivity and economic well-being. As previously mentioned, STEM education creates scope of creativity, economic support, and productivity to ensure better development of the nation. STEM is central to a well-rounded education. Unlike traditional education systems, STEM education is very dynamic and multidimensional. That's why Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority called it well-rounded. STEM will contribute to a diverse and capable STEM workforce pipeline. Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority believes that STEM will create capable and diverse manpower to confront any challenges in near future. For these reasons, Australian curriculum and policies focuses on STEM as cross-curricular approach and added general capabilities, alternative to 21st century skill, and trying to ensure classroom practice to implement STEM education for skills development. The presentation research question. The presentation aims to review a small sample of existing literature to explore the development of 21st century skills of 5 to 12-year age children through the classroom practices of STEM education. For reaching the aim of this study, I have followed 3 research questions. These are: how do STEM activities develop 21st century skills among students? What is the significance of teachers and peer support in skill development through STEM education? What factors influence the implementation of STEM activities? Methodology of the study. This research applied a narrative analysis of relevant literature. For this, I have searched various research papers and articles from recognized documents like Primo Search of Charles Sturt University, Eric Institute of Education Science, Google Scholar, etc. For searching articles, the keywords I used were STEM, integrated STEM education, 21st century skills, STEM at elementary level, genre proximal development. I also set time of the publications to 2005 to 2022 because I wanted to use most recent researches on this area. Initially, I have downloaded 122 articles, but reduced the number of 27 based on relevancy and priority. All the articles were from peer-reviewed journal. Theoretical framework. The study has followed cultural historical theory of Vygotsky as theoretical ground of the research. Especially, I have seen the research with the lens of zone of proximal development, an important part of Vygotsky's theory. As Vygotsky explained, JPT is the distance between the actual development level as determined by the independent problem solving and the level of potential development as determined through problem solving under adult guidance or in collaboration with more capable peers. According to Vygotsky, there are usual activities that learners can perform and activities that are above their capacities in learning. Between these two areas in the zone of proximal development, an area where a student can acquire knowledge under the supervision of someone with more expertise. However, JPT is not confined with the guidance and support of knowledgeable persons. Rather, technology and the teaching learning tools are added as new supportive instrument for students reach their JPT. However, in this research, I did not confine myself to traditional concept of zone of proximal development. Rather, I used extended concept developed by Hossain Golding 2014, where few aspects are emphasized. Number one is teachers as facilitator. Number two, extent of support. Number three, peer role. And number four, factors of learning environment. Linkage between elements of JPT and 21st century skills development. Considering the concept of Hossain Golding, we tried to align and connect all the elements of JPT with a diagram, scaffolding of the teachers, materials, pedagogical approach, activities, extent of scaffolding, evaluation, peer role like peer support, peer teaching, peer assessment, group work, factors like school factors, personal factors, home factors, and contribution of the school environment and smart learning. All are influence on children's skill development. Findings of the study. STEM and skills development, like research question 1. Many researchers mention STEM as an effective solution to critical thinking skills development. STEM is not only a way of scientific knowledge, but also develops problem-solving skills, because traditional teaching learning deals with knowledge development, where STEM is an advanced process of skill-based activities. Another findings, researchers also mentioned that STEM educational activities are effective and interconnected. They also mentioned few steps of STEM activities as follows. Number 1, finding new issues. Number 2, making a solid prediction. Number 3, offering alternate solution. Number 4, executing chosen solutions successfully. Number 5, improving chosen solutions. Number 6, choosing the best solution. Number 7, applying knowledge to solve problems in every circumstance. STEM is also said to be an interactive learning model containing collaborative problem solving, creativity, and inquiry learning to develop 21st century skills. Moreover, identifying problems, providing alternative solutions, designing products using STEM builds creativity among students. Interaction between students with STEM activities lead to develop communication skills. Teachers and peer support in STEM education. Classroom discussions and group work, like peer-oriented activities associated with STEM develops interpersonal skills as students get scope to interact or communicate with their peers. And another important finding, STEM project-based learning requires collaboration, peer communication, problem solving, where students have the opportunity to work with other students and get support to complete the project. It turns into development of the collaboration skills. And another important findings, researchers also mentioned that research assistant will help students to reach JPT and develop 21st century skills. And final findings of the teachers and peer support in STEM education. Small group discussion formed by during STEM practice. The teachers involves participants and stimulates peer group learning and promotes development of critical thinking skills. And findings on influence of factors on STEM implementation. According to the researcher, there are 3 types of factors affect students' STEM learning. They are school factors, a lack of instructional tools, financing, limited access to new equipment, and limited experiences of the teaching staff can resist teachers and students to practice and implement STEM activities. Personal factors, which is, according to the researcher, students have negative attitude to STEM education, inferiority towards their STEM performance level, issues with career goal can impede STEM implementation. And finally, home factors. Sometimes level of parents' awareness about children's STEM practice, misconception, and lack of communication of parents with schools and teachers can be impediment of STEM practice. Discussion and conclusion. Reviewing existing literature, it can be concluded that STEM education is an effective solution to make students ready for 21st century with record skills. And STEM develops technological, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity and problem-solving skill among students. And support from the teachers. It is very, very important. Support from the teachers and peer-reviewed group helps students develop various 21st century skills. And finally, I conclude personal, home, and school factors affect proper STEM implementation. These are the references, 27 articles. Thank you all.